Good evening, race fans. We are back at it once again for the T1S Racing Late Model Crooked Line Racing Contender Series here on a Wednesday night. Coming to you live from Southern National for 100 action-packed laps tonight. Before we hit trackside for all pre-race activities, I want to talk to last week's winner, Mr. Brian Zimmerman. Brian won last week, so by virtue of winning, he will be ultimately starting in the back. So we're going to have a quick word with him before we do anything else. Mr. Brian Zimmerman, you're live in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Tanner. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, but was just talking about how, unfortunately, you won last week, right? You get the high of winning. Now you get the low of having to start in the tail end of the field for winning. What's your thoughts and outlook, and what are you going to try to do tonight with starting in the back at such a tough track to pass out?
That's going to be tough. I'm going to have to do some type of strategy that's different than everybody else's. Another handicap is we've implemented the rule to, if you win the week before, you not only have to start in the back of the pack, but you don't get to qualify. So that means I don't get a good pit position. And unfortunately at this track, we've had so many people turn out, which is a good thing, but I'll be pitting on the back straight away, which is going to really be a huge handicap if we're all pitting at the same time when we come down pit road. The guys on the front, they'll be able to come out, try to catch a pace car while we're having to go slow down the back stretch following the pit car or the pace car. So yeah, it's gonna be a handful tonight. I'm gonna have to do something a little different than everybody else. I'll have to do a little bit different strategy, see if I can find my way up front. Maybe have a little bit older tires when they have to pit. I may have to take tires earlier. Tires are going to be very important here. But for me, my strategy is going to be have to pit before the other guy so I can make up some track position that way during the race. That's about the only way I can do it from the back.
Right on, Zimmerman. Well, thank you for coming up here and talking to us. Sounds like he's going to try to pull a little bit of a strategy call here tonight. Going to try to pit early and then cycle out to the lead when everybody else has to pit. Well, good luck to you, Mr. Zimmerman. Get you back down to your race team, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing, buddy.
Yeah, man. Pull me up anytime.
Absolutely, boss. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, folks. It is now time for us to go trackside. We're going to throw it over to Mullet Music Productions for tonight's National Anthem. Want to thank them for coming on board, and we'll be back momentarily.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
Alrighty, race fans, we are back here at Southern National live on TrueSimProductions. Let's go over some keys to tonight's race as we get our race info tab pulled up here. There you see it, Southern National 100, the keys to tonight's race. I've heard kind of conflicting reports when it comes to fuel. I've heard 60 to 65 laps, and I've heard some drivers talk that they can go all the way up to 70, almost 75 laps. So But the one testament I'm hearing all night, we're going to want to pit for tires way before we come for fuel. So tires are going to be a huge factor out here tonight. Hot, slick track. It's going to really heat these tires up. For key number 2, it's a one-groove racetrack. So where you qualify here as we're going into qualifying is going to determine a huge portion of your race tonight. Want to try to be out front. And then that final keys to the night's event is protect those rear tires. I'm hearing it's not as much the wear, it's the heat that they're putting in them. If they get these tires really, really hot, it starts to get really, really slick then. So qualifying is underway, presented by BAM Racing Videos. As we have the number 1 Machine of Time, Roscoe being the first taker to hit the track. As we can see what the one car is able to put down right here. Kind of got a real life feel to that one car with the paint schemes. Just got it done. Rushed out to the track as Morosco went P3 on the board. About a 10th and a half off our race leader right now, or provisional pole leader, Chris Carroll. Dalton Crease did bring in P2 for his first lap. So we can switch over right on board 36 here. As he is just now finishing up his laps. We'll go over to Todd Lamphere. He's going down the backstretch. This is for his second lap. Currently slated P7 on the board with the number 66 car. We'll see if Todd can get a little bit faster, as he may have got a little loose there on the exit, but ended up climbing 2 spots to go to P5 for Todd Lamphere. As we're going to ride with Tyler Johnson here now. Tyler is just now completing lap number 1 here this time by. As Tyler's first lap is going to shuffle him up near the top. P3 for the 5-car Tyler Johnson. Going to see if he can get a little bit faster here on the backstretch. As he goes in 3 and 4. Car looks a little loose right there on entry. Can he get a little quicker? As no, second lap was a little bit slower. So clocked in with a 14.49. That's going to put the 5-car holding down P3 currently. Last night's Tour Mods winner, the 04 of Caleb B. Thompson, coming out for his first lap around right there. It put him up to 10th on the board. Let's see if he can get a little bit quicker than a 14.58 this time by. Round to turn number 4 on his second lap. Going to get him a 14.64, so a little bit slower on the second lap. As there's still about 3 minutes remaining in qual right now. Stephen Harlow. This guy was looking bad fast in practice. Actually set the fastest time in practice earlier. So he's going to be shown to be a contender, I do believe. As he is currently on his out lap right now, or his first lap, excuse me. Going to see what he can notch when he goes past the stripe right here. Zach Murphy also out on track now for his first lap. Stephen Harlow just went to provisional pole, knocked Chris Carroll off the pole position. So we have a new guy sitting front and center. Zach Murphy is going to try to contend with that. Murphy's first lap was fast enough to put him P16. Stephen Harlow's second lap was not faster than his first lap, but Zach Murphy does improve with the second lap. Got shot up to P10. It's a lot of comers and goers in qualifying. Looked like that first lap was the money lap, but there was a few drivers that bested on the second lap. As we have about a minute remaining, we're going to throw it over to Savage Edge, and we will be back when we hit the starting grid for tonight's Southern National 100. We'll be back momentarily.
Shut up and sit down.
Alrighty, good evening. We are back again here. Got to cut it short just a little bit. Time to get that grid rocking and rolling. You saw it there. The 6 car, Stephen Harlow is going to put it P1. Chris Carroll is going to be starting outside row number 1. Justin Coleman, who's been a fixture up near the front in this series, he'll be starting P3 with Tyler Johnson sitting 4th. Dalton Crease is in 5th. Christopher Smith just starting outside the top 5. He's going to be starting P6 with Anthony Rennick, a teammate, firing off in the P7 position with Kyle Wellman starting to his outside. Alex E. Harris rounded off 9th with Zach Murphy in number 29. He put it in the 10th place starting position. Daniel Sweat's 11th. Caleb B. Thompson, last night's Tour Modified winner. He's going to be firing off P12. Todd Lanfear, 13th. Brandon Pearls, 14th. Todd Morosco representing MFRD Motorsports. He'll be running in the 15th place spot with Frank Barbary starting 16th. Nicholas Lamb, 17th. Chris Sauter to his outside starting 18th. And then a little bit further down, we have Chris Legou starting 19th with Larry Bell starting P20. Tyler Luster starting 21st. Samuel Lawson, the governor starting 22nd with Joshua Vermillion starting 23rd. Last week's winner starting 24th. Let's see if we have anybody else underneath Zimmerman. We have Brandon Elvis starting 25th. Bradley Holyfield 26th. So 26 cars taken to the grid here tonight, folks. As we're going to pull the race info tab back up as they pace. You see there, it's only 0.35 of a mile. Very, very, very short, tight track. It's a one-groove racetrack, as we mentioned in the keys to tonight's event. So, track position will be key. Nobody has any better track position right now than the number 6 of Stephen Harlow. Going to see if he can fight off a hard-charging Chris Carroll, who's won many races this season already. So it's going to be a hot and heavy battle up towards the front, everywhere through the field. I mean, this field was only separated by a few tenths from 1st to 26th. So that goes to show the testament of what kind of talent is out here in this field. 6 car is going to lead them down for the first time, though, here. Remember, first star of the race is on green. After that is in the hands of the leader. As Sherman's in the chat saying, "Let's go 71." A Chris Legou sighting, a Chris Legou fan sighting, I should say. As green flag is out. Stephen Harlow got a great launch off, but I did notice Stephen had a little bit of connection issue during practice. So hopefully he gets that rectified. We did see him blink out there. The 00 Justin Coleman's going to try to lead Chris Carroll out on the high side here. As, we already have a caution out on the speedway. It may be Samuel D. Lawson, folks, but remember, this is a track. Really, really tight quarters here. It's going to be hard to tell who is in these wrecks when it pops up on you. But it was telling me the 25 car was the first car they saw go around. So let's see. Got Larry Bell to his outside. Larry Bell gives way there. As no, that is not true. They are wrecking right there in front of Sam, actually. Ooh, 26 of Frank Barb gets into the back of Morosco ever so slightly. Ooh. Heavy, heavy, heavy incident to the front of the 1 car there. Ty Morosco. As you can see, the front end of that car, that nose on that race car is slightly damaged, to say the least. Hard contact. 34 just kind of came in there a little hot. May have not have seen the wreck. They couldn't see through the smoke, and he found Morosco. As Chris Sauter is going to take this time to take the 51 down pit road, the Rowdy Energy Chevy Camaro, probably adding a little bit of fuel here, I would imagine. I know fuel is pretty close, so they're going to try to get as much in it as they can. And now we just got to wait for the pace car to cut those lights off one more time. We're going to try it again, re-rack them, restack them. As I got my Monster Energy opening. It's 8:41 at night here. I should be going getting sleepy at this point, but no, we're drinking monsters and calling these races here on TrueSimProductions. Hit that thumbs up button if you do enjoy the content almost nightly. As a really strange restart right there. That was kind of weird looking there. Top 3 are single file though. Tyler Johnson's top 5, excuse me. And folks, I know the camera angles here, they're pretty tight. It's kind of hard to get up close to a single battle. We'll do the best we can. We're seeing a little bit of commotion back here towards the middle portion of the track. This is for P10 right here. You got Zach Murphy, Caleb B. Thompson, 04 on the low side, trying to get underneath Christopher Smith. But Christopher Smith, he's fighting back. He does not want to lose another spot there. Chris has lost 4 spots since they hit the starting grid. That's a product of the outside line. I mean, that's just inside lane. It's where you want to be. It's the fastest groove around the track. As it does look to be, everybody has single filed out for the most part here. We're going to go back up front. Stephen Harlow currently pacing the field. But now Chris Carroll, he is smart when it comes to these cars. He knows he cannot try to hustle the car this early into an event, right? He knows tires really matter. And yes, they'll have to stop for fuel, but I don't know if everybody's going to take tires. There's going to be some people that will gamble with 2 tires or whatnot. As I say all this, and Chris Carroll is sideways off the corner of exit number 2. And I heard all practice long, the rear tires, they were just really heating up and getting really slick. It's caution's out on the speedway once again. It's telling me Rennick, but I'm not 100% sure. Just bear with us, folks. iRacing's live scoring timing in particular, it is a 34 of a Vermillion. On these smaller tracks, it's hard to really single out where the crash is at. It used to blink at us and tell us. So it looked like Joshua Vermillion just got in there a little hot. He ended up losing it eventually on exit, but it looked like he was loose on entry there. Just kind of carried that momentum through the corner, and eventually the car's got to just unload, right? We saw that, unfortunately for him, he did get a little nose damage and still not actually able to get that car turned around. So going to lose a lap there too. That's a product of big racing fields on these little tracks. You can see 34 is just trying to get turned around. He does have a hold now, but unfortunately did lose a lap by doing the right thing, sitting there and waiting for the field to come on by. That's 2 quick yellows already. Taking lap number 17 with a 100-lap race. You come out here and start doing 5 or 6 cautions. Before you know it, you blink and the race is over. So these are sprints compared to our other races. 25 laps. We usually do 125 on Monday and Tuesday nights with Sam calling action here on TrueSimProductions. And it does not seem like it would be that big of a difference, but that's a pretty big difference in these races here. So 100 laps, you don't really have a whole lot of time to ride here. You got to try to move forward, especially you don't know when that next caution's coming. But lights are off on the pace car. Ty Morosco barely got off pit road before it closed right there. So heads up driving by the 1 car. He knew he did not want to lose a lap sitting on pit road, and he did everything to prevent it. As pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Field's going to be in the hands of the 6. He's gotten great restarts all night long. As Chris Carroll got a little bit better launch that time, though. Going to slot in right in front of Justin Coleman in 00, but Coleman's there, right there on the back bumper of the 99 car. As Coleman cannot look out front too much, though, because he has to also look in the back, as there's some beating and banging going on for the 7th place position here. Kyle Wellman and I believe that was Anthony Rennick. Yes, it was. They were doing a little bit, and then you see Alex C. Harris, who's been running very strong on Wednesday and Tuesday nights as of late. Just a man on the island, stuck on the high side, and oh, Wellman gets turned right there, kind of in front of the field. Luckily for the Wild Man, it does look like everybody missed him, but looks like the 23 and the 42 just kind of came together right here on the entry. Kyle's a little loose right there. Lost a lot of momentum right there, and I don't think the 23 was prepared to be going that slow into the corner. Is how it looked, but you never know out these windshields with a helmet on. You see things a little different. Let's go cockpit cam real quick with Anthony. Oh no, excuse me, with this is with Kyle. You see him bobble right there a little bit, and then just kind of get hit and going around right on board with Anthony Rennick, driver number 23. It's gotten there a little hot. Wasn't prepared to be that close to Kyle, and they just kind of misjudged it, got the back of him. No harm, no foul, but one of those drivers will be going to the back. It's looking like the 23 might be the guy dropping back. He's currently sitting P6, so he has not went to the back yet. Alright, nothing's changed up in the top three. They are all running currently how they started. Stephen Harlow's P1, Chris Carroll's P2, and Justin Coleman in a 00. He is sitting P3. Then inside the top five, we got Dalton Creech. He started P4. Excuse me, he started P5. He is currently running P4. Tyler Johnson started P4 and currently running 5th. So not a lot of comers and goers in the top five. But then you look in the top 10, and it's a different story. You got Zach Murphy up 6 spots since he hit the grid. Brandon Elvis up 13 spots. So there's been positions to be made towards the back portion of the field. As lights should go off on the pace car here. Let's see. I think Anthony Rennick did take the end of the longest line penalty. Yes, he went from being scored P6 all the way back to 19th. So tough break for the 23 of Rennick, but got enough time to try to overcome it. Axel 6 car once again. Harlow gets a great launch off, but luckily for Chris, he's able to kind of maintain the same type of pace on these starts, and that's allowing Chris not to get hung out on that high side. I feel like Alex C. Harris has his hands full in a hornet's nest right here. This is for the 7th, 6th, and 5th place spot. 5th place is Tyler Johnson, Zach Murphy, and Alex C. Harris. They are all just here. Throw a blanket over 5th through 10th right there. Like, you just got to be careful on a track like this. If you blink, make one little small mistake, you're going to ruin a lot of people's nights. As let's jump on board with Alex C. Harris right here. As you're seeing what he is actually witnessing live timing right here. Just in a hornet's nest, is trying to give Murphy enough room up there. And Murphy's trying to give them just enough room, because the lower he can get on the track is at 29. The lower he can get, the more grip he's going to have. And he's just trying to pinch down Alex, and he could get down right now. He just got to get clear of the number 5 of Tyler Johnson. There's some good racing going on here at Southern National, a track that's, I'll be honest, it's notoriously known as a one-groove track. But the outside groove, they can maybe not be able to go up there and make a pass, but you can fight somebody off and defend a pass right there. Good driving by the 29 and the 74 collectively. As, oh, I saw somebody going around back there. Trying to see who it may have been. Was not Wagoo. I don't know who that one was on. Let's see. Telling Daniel Sweat, let's go back and review it. Oh no, it happened way in the back. Oh, Morosco's around again. Wellman's around again. Oh, Wellman gets in a little loose on the brakes. Gets it to the barrels, and shoots him out on the track. Anthony Rennick went for a wild ride right then. Good grief. He sees Wellman getting loose. Never in his life thinks he's going to come up here and... Man, oh man. Was just running P6. Had that little dust up earlier. Resulted in him going to the back and then got involved in a wreck. That's how quick a night can change on these short tracks. You're never ever safe, as most of the cars that was involved in that crash, they are currently on pit road trying to get some damage fixed, I would imagine, as they happen quick here. Folks, we're going to throw it over to Rick Thompson one more time. We'll be back momentarily.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
What a nice little commercial link there. I can throw it over to that, open up a monster, do whatever I gotta do, pop it right back, and we are ready to go back. Green flag racing. Lights are off on the pace car. Nothing's changed up front. Same players, same faces. Dalton Creech, though, he's going to be starting P4 once again. Going to see what he can do on that 36 car on the outside. As Harlow gets a great launch, but the car I see that gets a great launch is the 00 of Coleman. Coleman, he's there to the inside of Chris Carroll. He does have the preferred lane around the racetrack here. As Leaders also disappeared. Leaders nowhere to be found out in front of them here. As this could be a battle for the race lead here, folks. Leader may get dropped. As Leader's back, goodness gracious. We'll see how long race control tolerates that. Blinking in and out is, oh no, Carroll. 99 and the 00 make a little bit of contact, then Carroll kind of muscled his way around there. See if we can see what happened. Carroll's not giving a whole lot of room. He don't have to, right? Racing tight. Oh, Carroll's getting a little loose, I do believe. No harm, no foul. That's close, hard, short track racing. Oh, Carroll made another slight mistake. Got into the wall ever so slightly right there on exit. Which just is an easy track for that to happen, right? I mean, you're coming off the track, you're pushing, feeding all the way out to the outside wall, trying to make as much speed as you can. As he is reeling down the race leader right now. We come back here to the 80 car of Christopher Smith, who is currently sitting P8. Looks to be fairly tame around the 80 car right now. Everybody's kind of minding their P's and Q's. I'm seeing some more little what we'll call tank slaps, where they're just kind of reaching out and slapping the wall a little bit with their tail end. But the product of all night has been everybody is so close in speed here. Qualifying times only separated by 2/10 to the whole field. Everybody is right on top of each other in this Wednesday night series. So it's so hard to pass. Couple that with a track that is tough to pass at. And then you got a recipe for a track where, I mean, you're looking at somebody like Chris Smith. He may be faster than Alex right now, but Alex may be faster than Tyler Johnson in front of him. So it takes a mistake out of that guy that you're following around this track. It takes a fairly big mistake for you to be there. And you got to be there and capitalize on it. But I was watching Zach Murphy out the corner of the screen there. It looked like he was getting a little bit of pressure from Tyler Johnson right now. And looked to be a little loose off turn 4 last time by. But you can see the difference in the lines people are running here. Yes, I mean, it's a bottom groove track, but you can tell everybody's kind of arcing the corner a little bit different. As we're riding, looking back at Tyler Johnson, and looks like caution out on the speedway. And it's not even telling me a single soul in this wreck. It's going to make me really guess. That was 66. Let's see. Oh, it was Rennick right there behind him. Just got loose and it went around. Tough night for Anthony Rennick here tonight, boys. Very tough night for the 23. As we're seeing some takers down pit road. Not only takers, but some tire takers as well. Saw Tyler Johnson taking 4 tires here. Oh, looked like he put the car down, decided against the 4-tire call. Got to be careful here. You will go a lap down if you're not careful. Look at all them marbles up there, up next to the wall on the track. It's just dirt, basically. You get up there and it's slick. You can see where they've been driving at for most of the night. It's fairly clean surface. His lights are still on the pace car. We're going to see if we can dial up the 5 car of Tyler Johnson really quick. Tyler Johnson, you're in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, Tyler noticed a little bit of strategy call there, taking, I think, 2 tires, wanted to take 4, but couldn't. Talk me through that call.
Yeah, I didn't quite realize how close it was going to be on them coming around so fast. So I was going to take 4, but had to drop out at the last minute. Still a lap behind though.
Are we planning on the 5 car coming back down for service at all for the rest of the night?
I don't know. We'll see how this handles.
All right, good luck to you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, lights are off on the pace car. They are back double file here. So you heard it. He wanted to take 3 tires, but ultimately couldn't because of how small the track is. And now he was 5th when he pitted. That tells me right there a lot of people are not going to be able to take the tires. As a big talking point right now, 99 of Chris Carroll, he gave up P2 to go back here in the Hornet's Nest, him and Tyler Johnson both. And now they got to try to recycle back up towards the front. They got a big crash on the front stretch. Oh my goodness. And that was not the race leader. That was another. That one tricked me. That was another Team Watson car. I thought that was race leader. I got a little scared. Looks like Brandon Elvis. 54, 18. They made a little contact right there. And then 18. I don't know if Pirtle was ever actually fairly under control after the initial contact. And that resulted in a track blocker there. Brandon Elvis, you can tell the way he whipped that car around. He was not happy. We got some more takers to pit road from the guys up front. Dalton Creech down pit road. Christopher Smith. Daniel Sweat. Very interesting calls here. Now the race leader, Stephen Harlow, he has not come down for service yet. Him and Chris Legou are the 2 guys that have not came down for service yet. They are both fairly new to the series too. Now Chris Legou's watched several races. He knows that's Chris Legou. He knows he comes down pit road now. So the last car to not pit is Stephen Harlow, who is currently scored as our race leader and been our race leader this entire time. With him being new, has he paid attention to the fuel? Does he? Is he expecting to make it to the end here? Going to be 40, about 40 something laps to go, 30, 38, 39 laps to go, and we go back green here. If they were pushing, some said during practice they could go about 75 laps. This is the 6th caution of the night here. Mr. Shermanator, I haven't been checking the chat like I'm supposed to. I've been having technical difficulties on my end, but that was a pretty big one, huh? That was a Southern National Dega wreck right there. Anything that happens on the front and back stretch here, it's usually a mess, right? Here in South Boston, because they have the walls on both sides and the tracks is ultimately not that wide. So who's your pick, Corey Sherman? I don't know if the 6 can make it on fuel, brother. I'm a little worried for the 6, but look at the governor, Sam Lawson, taking this time to use a little bit of track position here. He last pit on lap 14, so I don't think he's good on fuel either. He's in the same boat as our race leader is. But if caution's breed caution, he is sitting on the front row. So shout out to the 25, the governor. Larry Bell also playing a little bit of track position game. He last came in for service on lap 22. Rest of the field pit from lap 50 on back. A lot of people pitted on lap 57, 58. So they should be able to make it on fuel. But the 25, 43, and the 6 should not. That's another weird restart out of these guys. Just look very, very odd timing-wise. As the 6 car, though, look at the power he is able to put down on corner exit there. Sam Lawson actually had a fantastic restart in the 25. He timed that one perfect. Now he's battling for second place. You're just seeing the high side woes come in right here. The high side of the track, you can only battle for so long, and you're really heating your tires up because, folks, there's no grip up there, so you're really sliding those right rears. I say right rears like there's two of them. You're really sliding those rears, though, in general. But he is doing a great job in the 25. Now I got the 36 of Creech to his inside. Creech wants a strong run here tonight in this new paint scheme from Justin Coleman. Justin Coleman worked up wonders on that 36. The Tiger ride. It's a good-looking paint scheme. Love the number font, too, of the 36. This 25 is into the wall slightly. As Larry Bell, who started P3, you can see the fresh tires coming up through the field. He is just not able to maintain the same type of pace as, 43 cars. Back into the wall a little bit, too. Seems like as soon as I pull somebody up on camera, they start kissing the wall a little bit. As the votes in from Shermanator is costing back out on the speedway. He's taking the 71 in Lagoo. We still got people wrecking, it sounds like. Now that was our race leader. Uh-oh. Oh, he's trying to come around, I do believe, and miss a wreck, and was actually involved in a wreck, I do believe. No way. Oh no, Todd Lentfier backs right up into him. Probably not meaning to, by no means. Just trying to get turned around. We saw Joshua Vermillion just lose laps earlier. Let's see what happened to bring out the yellow between just these two cars. It looked like they were wrecking for a full half a lap here, Shermanator. Watch this. 00 car, peaks underneath 66. I don't think they make contact, but 66 just gets loose and tries to save it the entire time. Cannot save it. Washes right up the track in front of the 12. Oh, the 18 of Purtle did get a little bit of contact right there with that. As what a tough break for Harlow, who was our race leader here. Now the pits are closed. Might actually lose a lap here too, folks. I'm not sure. He should not. Maybe he should not lose a lap, I don't think. Alright, currently scoring him as a lap back. We'll see whenever it recycles here. But that's going to put Chris Carroll back up front, I do believe. It's what it's telling me right now. It does have Thompson up there in front of him, but we'll pull up his side ticker. It's a little bit easier to see who's lapped down, who isn't. So Thompson scored currently on the lead lap, but only as the wave around car, basically. He's going to take the wave around. The 04. So, yep, Chris Carroll's going to inherit the league with a great pit call right there. When him and Tyler Johnson, they pit, they were trying to do the same thing. Looked like Chris was able to get up through the field, maybe started on the inside lane or something, and Tyler Johnson was not. It don't matter now. What matters is we're getting close to 25 laps to go here tonight at Southern National. Chris Carroll finally has the race lead after being the bridesmaid all race. He's been about P2. Look at Zach Murphy with a crossover move, though. But you saw the 29 car. He backed out of it really hard. He knew that was going to be tough to make it stick. But what a restart out of the 29. As we got some beating and banging going on back here in the middle to the back portion of the field. As Wildman, the 42, we saw him have a big wreck in the back. They're piling up and piling in. Got Chris Sawyer going around. As cautions breed cautions, ladies and gentlemen. As we're not even entirely sure who was in the wreck. Frank Barber's going around up there. Let's see that. Like Luster and the Lucas Oil. Him and Chris Sawyer. Oh, they're just 3 wide. 3 wide only works at Talladega, and it only works sometimes on here. It's not going to work often at Southern National, so 12 car got a really beat up left front here. And if he did have a fast repair, though. Alrighty, folks, we're going to see if we can dial up our race leader, Chris Carroll, in the number 99. Chris, you're live in TSP's booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha, Tanamar.
So, Chris, you inherited the lead here. Got about 23, 22 laps to go. You've been fast all night, right there with the leader all night. Now that you got the lead, how you like your chances for the 99 as we wrap this deal up?
It's feeling the car's way better when it's out front. I don't know. There must be a draft here or something, but it was pushy behind guys, and it's turning really good now. And I don't know how I inherited that lead. I just rolled the top real slow, and I guess those guys maybe had to stop on the bottom. I don't know what happened there, but.
Well, Steven, who was the race leader, drove into the wreck after it was over.
Damn, I didn't see it.
But I say that Todd kind of backed up in front of him, right, and just hit him.
Wow.
I'm surprised there wasn't some words being said on comms, honestly, but it don't matter.
Well,
now,
they
right?
said they got stuck down there. That's about all I heard.
Right. All that matters now is you're out front. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, sir. I won't need it.
All right, Chris Carroll, he is the control car on this restart here. 20 laps to go, and they cross the line. Barney Fife Jr. with the green flag in hand. They are off. Zach Murphy had a great launch once again on that outside second groove. You see a lot of hard racing back here. Now, what's happened here, folks, we've had some fast guys, or the guys that are really fast out here tonight. They've been mired back in the back of the pack now, right? So they're trying to make their way up through the field safely, but you don't usually use the word safe and short track in the same sentence, right? As you see guys sideways here, a lot of beating and banging going on. It looked like that Frank Barb, Frank Barb 34, and then Justin Coleman going to the inside. We just seen 3 wide did not work earlier. Luckily, the 34 kind of backed out of it right then, allowed Frank Barb to go on. As we go back up into the front of the train, Chris Carroll has a little bit of a sizable lead now over the 29 car. Maybe just starting to really fill that car out. He said he hadn't been out front all night. Did not get to feel what the car felt like with clean air on its nose. I know every track on here with these cars. They love that clean air. Basically every car on here now. They love having that clean air on the nose. And that's exactly what Chris is feeling now for the first time here tonight. And he's putting up his fastest laps of the race doing it. Now, Zach Murphy is trying to track him down. Last time by, Zach Murphy was actually about a 10th faster than Chris. That's interesting to see because the eye test did not show it right then. And Daniel Sweat has a mirror full, but luckily it is a teammate right there behind him in the number 80 car. And caution, back out on the speedway. We're just going to guess now, folks, at this point. We're just clicking on whoever's name turns red. Brian Zimmerman has a lot of damage to the right front, so heartbreak of a night for him. As caution's already out on track. I don't know about that one. But look at Brian Zimmerman trying to go back to back out here tonight. And had to start at the tail end of the field due to winning last week. And that car right there, that's a sad Ford right there. She looks to be frowning a little bit. Wicked, wicked car though. Dutchie's Designs painted that one up pretty cool. Nice little throwback to old Davey. All right, Corey. I'll give you one opportunity. Now we got 10 laps to go. Mr. Legoo from in the number 71. He is sitting 10th right now. He is up 9 spots. Do you wanna lock in Chris Legoo as your pick once again? He has done nothing but move forward all night. Let's keep an eye on the chat. I could take Chris Carroll, right? That's a solid pick because he is, of course, out front. I'm going to go Daniel Sweat here. I'm going to go the man sitting P3. Now, Zach Murphy and Chris Carroll, they have turned a lot of laps together. They're some of the most tenured members here in Crooked Line Racing. So I don't look for them to rough each other up. They're going to give each other room. Now, they might touch, right? Because they're racing hard, but there's going to be a lot of respect shown here, I do believe, on this front row. As going to be 8 laps to go, and Bonnie Favre Jr. waved that green flag as, holy cow, Chris Carroll said, Zach Murphy got a good start last time. I can't let him this time. Chris Carroll decided to launch off early right there as Tyler Johnson back here in the 7th place spot almost made contact there with the governor. The governor, he has fallen back slightly, but he inherited that track position, inherited P2 as caution back out on the speedway. You could hear the disappointment in my voice. That was getting ready to get a little dicey. Yeah, just tell me Frank Barr, but he's a full track away here. Oh my goodness gracious, what a pile up. I saw it out of the corner of my eye and had to switch over to it. Starts with Larry Bell, and maybe he's at the 6 of Harlow here. Ooh, just kind of cleans out Larry Bell a little bit. And heartbreak too for the 6 car. He may have been the one that initiated that contact, but that 6 car was bad fast all night. Was fastest in practice, was fastest after qualifying, was fastest during the race. He led quite a bit of laps. Actually has the fastest lap in the session right now. Actually, he does not. Chris Carroll actually just beat his lap. So, but the 6 car Harlow, he has been bad fast all night, and had that one incident got backed up into when Ty Lanfear was trying to turn around, and just been marred with problems lap after lap after that. As Brian Bruh says, 29, you got this. So, got a Zach Murphy fan. My thing is with Zach, he's going to race Carroll really nicely, right? Like I said, and if tables were turned, if Zach was leading and Carroll's behind him, they're going to race each other with a lot of respect, right? So it's hard when you do race somebody with that much respect. You kind of just finish the second to him, right? But I'm not saying Zach's going to do that now either, Zach. We all want to win, right? But I think there's going to be a lot of respect shown here. It's going to be hard for Sweat, my pick, who's 3rd place, to try to get up there and battle it out. As this caution restart is actually going to be single file. So that's going to be a big benefit to the 99. But look, he's driving them boys right up there in the marbles. I look for somebody maybe to spin out going into turn 1. And look at the launch he got. I'm surprised nobody spun their tires right then after driving through those marbles like that. As 2 laps to go, going to be white flag is in Barney Fife Jr.'s hand. The flag man. As all right, it's official like a referee's whistle this time by. Is the top 3. Is it solidified? Chris Carroll, Zach Murphy, Daniel Sweat. That's how they run currently, and there's a little bit of real estate between all. But coming out turn number 4, he may not have been the fastest car, but he was the car that parked it in victory lane because Chris Carroll, he came, he saw, he played the strategy just right and ended up parking the 99 in victory lane here tonight. What a drive by the 99 car right there. What a drive. Hell of a race by Chris Carroll. As he's going to try to drift and did not get damaged, but I'm going to say he failed. The drift was a failure. He tried, though. That's my buddy, so I can say that. Give me one here, Chris. There we go. That's a little bit better. Oh, whoa. Killed the car. We'll give him style points, so. Chris Carroll, race winner. He's happy, and deservedly so. Daniel Sweat brought it home P3. Really strong night for the 07 here. Let's see if we can dial up the 07 actually. Move him up here. Get all our guys in the waiting room. And it's an overall very good night of racing too. Had our bumps and bruises along the way, but for the most part it seemed fairly tame and fairly good, especially there at the end. We have caught up with our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Sweat. Daniel, you got a copy?
I got you, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. So, first off, before we even talk about the race, I've noticed all your cars have the old Evel Knievel type theme to them. What's the connection with that, with the 07 here for you?
He's Evel Knievel, man. I mean, he was jumping
right
Harleys with 2-3 inches of suspension travel over crazy distances, you know. I'm very interested in that stuff. I think it's just a cool little theme I got going.
I loved it when I was younger, right? I loved it. So it's pretty cool to see somebody else, a fellow fan. Well, Daniel, another strong finish in the late model series here. I do believe you finished 3rd or 2nd last week. a third place finish here tonight. Talk me through tonight.
I definitely lucked into it last week, man. It definitely was, unfortunate for the guys that piled up last week, but I somehow snaked my way through there. But we had a little goof up. I think I should have been 5th or 6th, and something happened under caution, and I think the leader got taken out.
He did.
So unfortunate again for the first or second guy, but it kind of fell into my lap. I was just trying to hold on there.
I busted on Todd Litfier all night. Todd was just trying to back up. Right, didn't want to lose a lap and just backed up. And he realized leader was coming. He tried to stop, but you could tell it was Jesus take the wheel moment at that point. Right, he was too far back, and leader got him. So,
I hate that, man.
But I mean, it happens, right? Just trying to lose a lap. You could tell he realized he was messing up. He tried to stop, but that don't matter. What matters, you brought that car home P3 once again, Sweat. How easy or nerve-wracking was that final restart there being single file for you?
Well, I thought it was double file, so I originally lined up to Zach's inside before I realized it. But single file it's a roll of the dice, man. You're hoping that the guy behind you is going to run you clean, and you want to do the guy in front of you clean as well. So, you never know. It's like a box of chocolates, brother. You never know what you're going to get.
It's hard to move forward, but you can move backwards in single file, I feel like.
Yes, sir. I would agree with that. Definitely easy to go back.
Right. Well, Daniel, congratulations on the P3. Who we got to thank for the 07 here tonight, buddy?
I just want to thank you guys, TrueSimProductions, man. You and Sam, y'all been killing it. I always go back and watch the broadcast back. I got you tabbed up right now, getting you a view. So y'all do a great job, man. Y'all do a great job putting on this league, and super thankful to be here running with you guys, man.
Right on, Daniel. We're glad to have you, and for the ones that don't know, Daniel actually came on board with us as part of the admin team, so he's going to help us out here, but tonight he's going to celebrate, get that P3 finish. Congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, boss. Alrighty, let's see if we can dial up our second place driver here. It's none other than the 29 of Zach Murphy. Zach, you're live up in the booth, brother. You got a copy?
I got you, Tanner.
So that last restart being single file, it's a hampering, right? It don't help you. It hurts you more than it helps you. But I spoke about it earlier, Zach. You and Carol, you've been here just as long as he has, right? Y'all are some of our longest tenured drivers, so I was mentioning the respect that was there. But now let me ask you, if the 29 was there to the 99's bumper, was the chrome horn coming out?
I would have gave it everything I had. I respect Chris a lot, and he's always fast. I did everything I could to get there, and unfortunately, I don't know, we had some weird cautions there, and I checked up for one of the wrecks, and he ended up in front of me because I should have been the leader, but it is what it is. iRacing always got its quirks. So.
See, so I saw the leader get involved in a wreck earlier, right? And then it seemed like the lineup got really messed up after that, but I couldn't talk to nobody, so it was hard for me to really tell. So you feel you should have been scored the leader off that restart, huh?
Yeah, well, no, I think it was Steven Harlow got in that wreck there, and I checked up, and then Carol, I mean, it was just circumstances. Carol was able to roll on the outside, and I had to stop, and he got in front of me.
Oh, I see.
Just said, "Oh yeah, he got you." So
right, that sucks.
He did wrong. It was just circumstances, and
it sucks. So that's still.
I mean, it would have been tough to hold off that 99, as you know. He's fast everywhere we go, but I'm happy to bring it home second. And I love racing these cars. This was a pretty fun track, and be able to wheel it on the outside a little bit, outside of Daniel, and I think earlier it was Alex Harris, and it was fun. People were giving a little bit of room and respect, so I had some fun out here tonight.
That's good to hear, man, because I'll be honest, I was worried coming into tonight, right? But you boys, when y'all did race, y'all put on a show. The boys up front, y'all never disappoint, right? Bumps and bruises are going to happen, but,
I feel like the front was pretty clean, and, hopefully we can continue and make some more clean races moving ahead.
Right on. Well, that's the 29 Zach Murphy. Zach, who we got to thank for helping you bring home P2 tonight, buddy?
Well, thank Gayla for hanging out, and Brandon over in Race Room 4. Thank the wife and kids for getting to bed early so I can get on here and do this.
Right on.
Thank everybody at Crooked Line for putting this on every week, and obviously you guys at TSB for a great broadcast.
Right on. Thank you, boss, man. Congratulations on your P2.
Thanks.
Alrighty, folks. That was Zach Murphy. Now we're going to see if we can find who... I naturally got to call him Big Ugly at all times, right? He sucks on the golf course, but man, oh man, he put a whooping to him tonight. Chris Carroll, you're live in the booth, brother. You got a copy?
I got a copy. I think you're about 10 strokes behind me on the golf course.
Yeah, we logged in with some janky settings earlier, man. It had me feeling foreign with the controller in my hand. I can't lie. just to hijack this, I left that first round mad because I was like, man, this feels terrible. Like, what is going on here? Thought my controller was bad. I switched controllers, but nonetheless, Chris Carroll brought home the W tonight. Was sitting P2 for most of the night. You actually ended up setting the fastest lap of the race, so you proved to have the fastest car. Fastest car won the race here tonight. Talk me through your eventful win here.
Well, I spent the first part of the race running behind the leader there, learning what he was doing. As the race went on, I realized I was running a little too deep into 3 and 4. That's where I was losing ground. Used a little bit of tire up, and he's getting away from me. So I figured it out, and then somehow inherited the lead there under caution. I think those guys maybe all had to stop on the bottom. I just kind of rolled around the top, and it said, "You're the leader. Go behind the pace car." And I'm like, "What is going on here?" But I think that's how it worked. But I'll tell you, that car felt a lot different out front. When you got out front, that car turned. It felt like there's a big aero deal there to me.
It seems like the cars are becoming that way on here, right? Even on these short tracks. I know it sounds funny, right? You said draft earlier, and somebody might get a big eyes of that, like think that's crazy, but it's real. It's a real thing. The cars handle different. And you set your fastest lap, Carroll, as soon as you got out front. Once you got out front, that was your fastest lap of the night. So I mean,
yeah, it felt really good, Tanner. Once I got out front, it like the front end just turned into the corner. And when I was running behind anybody, didn't matter who it was, even coming up through there a little bit, it just didn't feel that way. It didn't want to turn entering the corner. And then when you got out front, that thing just turned. I was like, oh my God, this is so much better.
Right. Well, Carroll, as I'm trying to pull up our schedule for next week, as you know, I mean, you get the ultimate high of winning tonight, right? And then next week, ooh, Myrtle Beach. How do you feel about Myrtle Beach? And then throw on top of that, starting in the back.
One of my worst tracks on the sim. I haven't run Myrtle Beach since we ran there seasons ago when I first got here.
It's a track we keep off the schedule as long as we can, huh? We try to keep it off. If we're being honest, it's a tough track.
A double whammy. One of my worst tracks starting in the back. Hopefully I can just get through, some carnage and maybe play some strategy to get up there. But I don't think I'm gonna drive up through there on speed. That's for sure.
Right on. I know we saw. Let's see if we can pull up our results real quick before we throw it over to your sponsors. Brian Zimmerman had a rough night, right? Last week's winner, trying to go back to back, and you just see it right there. If you lose that track position by virtue at the start, you're back there in the hornet's nest, right? So it's going to be interesting next week, Carroll, starting dead last in Myrtle Beach. But tonight, Southern National, you started P2, brought home P1. Who we got to thank for the number 99 car, bud?
Well, we always got to thank you guys here at TSV. Do such a good job, and all the admins, man. We got an awesome admin team here, Tanner. We're going in the right direction with that, I think, man. Daniel did a great job tonight. I got to thank all you guys that work hard in the series for putting it on. And is it T1S sponsoring us this year?
T1S Racing.
Yeah, we got to thank those guys for putting up the sponsor, and always got to thank all my teammates at Pit Lizard Performance and USA Firearms. I got to thank Brian Zimmerman, and got to thank all my friends and family out there watching, Tanner. I got lots of people out there watching now. It's pretty cool. So
maybe family, not friends, though. No way.
I got family. I got friends. It's pretty cool. I got some people watching. It's pretty
rad.
As
a fellow racer, if anybody is watching for Carroll, which I say that just joking with you, right? You're my buddy. As a fellow racer, though, most nights out of the week, it's really cool knowing you got people that watch, right? So shout out to them. They're the real MVPs for not only letting us do this, but watch us do this, right? And
Absolutely.
Chris, congratulations on your race win. Sadly, it won't translate to golf in about 15 minutes, but we'll let you settle with the race win tonight, buddy. We'll get you down to your race thing, buddy.
10-4 driver. Thank you.
All right, buddy. I'm gonna close up shop, and I'll be down there momentarily. Alrighty, folks. There you see it right there. There's your results on the page. We're gonna close up shop here tonight. None other than Sam Baumgarten. He'll be back in the booth tomorrow for the season finale of the Dirt Series. It's been a banger of a season on Thursday nights, and I know tomorrow is not going to disappoint. Got a heavy points battle going on up at the top half of the field. It's going to be interesting. Hope to have y'all there. Same start time as tonight, I do believe. 8:30 Central Time, I believe. We'll post on our Facebook. But, folks, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And until next time, of course, you know the ending. We'll see you.